It's a game. It's a really fun game that makes you money. Really fun game that makes you money.
What did this loss mean to me? It meant a lot, not just personally, because I lost quite a lot of money. My kid and also my wife were invested.
Everyone's to blame. Logan, in the sense of his poor management, it's his project. He still made these promises to people.
Everybody has a big part and a massive, massive cross to bear.
Each one of them scammed the project in their own way.
It was like telling a kid that Santa doesn't exist or something like that, because she really believed in all that game. She really believed in Logan Paul. Kids look up to that kind of people. So it was some kind of broken dream.
Show me the money! Show me the money!
I've been wanting to make this video for about 2 weeks now, but unfortunately, one of my favorite Christmas gifts was
Coronavirus!
But better late than never, I always say. I fully believe Logan Paul is done, and I don't think his reputation will ever recover from this. Logan Paul is
excommunicado,
which is a fitting John Wick reference because Coffeezilla, the man who brought us the 3-part series on Logan Paul's most recent cryptocurrency scam, that's right, it's not the only one, is the boogeyman to anyone trying to scam, rug pull, or otherwise disenfranchise unsuspecting victims in the cryptocurrency space. Before we get into the meat of the story about Logan Paul, I want to tell you a little story close to my own home for me to explain why I think Logan Paul just joined the Leafy Club. In Wisconsin, the good old frozen north, there's a pizza chain called Cristiano's Brick Oven Pizza. When they were first getting ready to spin up, they needed investors to help cover the cost of their startup. So they pitched their restaurant as a family-friendly chain. And one of their most important promises that they made to their investors was that they would never serve alcohol, as they wanted to appeal to a religious investor base. And more importantly, they pitched their restaurant as a place that people would want to bring their kiddos to. Family-friendly, no alcohol. That was their promise. The investors absolutely loved that idea. And the no alcohol policy really sold it to them. So they wanted to contribute financially, and they did. But then, deception strikes. Cristiano's became very successful, but they decided that they could pump even more numbers if they started selling, you guessed it, alcohol. How do you think their investors felt about that? The one thing they promised not to do, they did. Yeah, they were very upset because they felt used and lied to. So do you know what they did? They decided to boycott Cristiano's. Because of this, one of their restaurants actually had to close down, which is a big deal because they only had like 4 or 5 restaurants total, and a lot of the others were hit pretty bad by the business. Now, for my money, serving alcohol isn't a bad thing. I'd still bring my kids to a place that serves alcohol as long as it's not an actual bar. One of my family's favorite places to go to when I was a kid was Olive Garden, and they've got wine bottles all over the walls. You know, they've got different mixers and stuff. As long as you're not like serving straight liquor to people, that type of thing, I don't see the problem with it. But the point isn't that they served alcohol. That would have been fine. The problem was they lied to the people who supported them the most from the very beginning. But in the end, their greed cost them because they alienated their core consumer base, their core fan base. They turned against them by lying. Keep that in mind throughout the rest of this video. Now, the first major decline in Logan Paul's reputation, everybody knows it, came from buy that merch. Buy that. No. Not that. It was much worse. From his video in Japan's suicide forest, where he laughed at a dead body. Oh yeah, that whole video was just an awful idea from its very inception, and an awful decision from anyone who was involved. They had to edit that video, and then once it was done, make the decision to post it. If it was a live stream, and that was his knee-jerk reaction, that would have been one thing. But that was a premeditated post. That's all I'm saying. Yet he was forgiven for that awful piece of content, as people thought he was just young and dumb then. And now he's matured. Right? Well, then he brought us the butt-puckeringly boring boxing match with Floyd Mayweather Jr. that had them both going home with major paychecks and very minor damage. We all saw that bro hug keeping Logan Paul from getting officially knocked out in their exhibition match. It was certainly a waste of money if you bought the pay-per-view, but a bad fight was almost always a certainty considering Logan was a rookie against an undefeated champion in his professional career. But now this. A willfully malicious, premeditated scam that cost his loyal followers millions of dollars. And the final blow to his already damaged reputation. This is the point of no return, like that slide at Noah's Ark, also in Wisconsin. Yes, I'm talking about the already widely covered topic of Cryptozoo. What is Cryptozoo, you may ask? I'll give you a real brief rundown. Make sure to watch Coffee's full video. Cryptozoo is an NFT, or non-fungible token, game. And I use the word game in the loosest sense possible because it would be less entertaining than watching your dad snore next to drying paint. But no one played Cryptozoo for the fun alone. In fact, no one played it at all because the project was never completed and likely never will be. No, they bought into the game, yes, bought in, because they were promised passive income, which would generate as a result of hatching NFT eggs, which you would purchase with the Cryptozoo currency, into NFT animals, which you could then breed and create more animal NFTs from those animals with all sorts of different cross breeds. And the rarer the breed, the more they would be worth. And these would passively generate zoo tokens, which could then be held or sold at the owner's discretion, along with the NFTs themselves. It sounds amazing, right? Or dare I say, too good to be true. And in fact, it was. Yes, from the very beginning, this was not about being a fun game for the kiddos, as Logan so elegantly stated. It was about the money. The millions of dollars that would be scammed off of Logan Paul's own fan base, and many, many more besides. But you know what I can't understand? Do you know what breaks my brain? Why, Mr. Logan Paul, when you have a wildly successful drink business with Prime, a YouTube channel, several in fact, that you can print money off of literally whenever you choose just by posting a random video of you cleaning a car or something, and have the profile to get the biggest name in boxing, next to probably Mike Tyson, Floyd Mayweather, whose moniker is money, into the ring with you. With all of these ways to make money and just print it on demand, why would you orchestrate a cryptocurrency scam and rug pull your own fans? You shouldn't be hurting for money. If you are seriously making some decisions that anybody else would be wrecked for life over. Why are you grifting like this? It makes no sense to me. There are so many ways you can make money that doesn't involve hurting the people who got you this success to begin with, your fans. Okay, real quick, question for you, the person watching this video. Seriously, do you think Mr. Beast would ever do this to his fans? Hell no, he wouldn't. Question 2. Do you think Mr. Beast has more money than Logan Paul? Hell yes. And he came by it honestly. And in fact, he gives millions away every single year. Okay? When you put your name on something, it has power and weight. The bigger the name, the more trust people will put into whatever it is your name is tied to. That was the principle of a signet ring in the ancient days. Whatever you stamp that signet ring onto carries the authority and the influence of the person wearing that signet ring. But it's a double-edged sword. If you stamp your seal of approval, your identity on a project that turns out to be a massive scam from the very beginning, that same name that attracted all of those backers, all of that attention and traction, is now going to backfire and turn those backers into an angry mob ready to burn your house down. Except instead of creating a Frankenstein's monster, you did one worse. You created a crypto monster. Quite a few videos were even made about Logan Paul's surprising redemption arc. People thought you changed, Logan, but the truth is people like you never change. You're a snake, and you care nothing for the people that gave you everything. Your fans and supporters that hopefully now and forevermore will be very hard to come by. People trusted you, and all you did was throw egg in their face. Shame on you, Logan Paul. Fool us once, shame on you. Fool us twice, still shame on you. Fool us 3 times, that'll be shame on us. Don't forget to subscribe and smash that Taco Bell logo. It does a lot to support the channel, and that way you don't miss my next upload. And I will see you guys in the next video. Yeet!